This is the month of February, and I think it should be every month, but this is a month that really focuses on love. So that's been our theme for the month, getting to the heart of the matter. So every week we've been discussing some aspect of love. And we've been focusing on our heart's dreams and our desires and how we manifest and how we sometimes don't manifest what we think we should manifest, which we did talk about last week, and that was really good. By the way, all of these talks are on YouTube under my name in case you want to see them. The one last week was particularly good, I thought. Well, I talked about manifesting love, and he wasn't here, so I was able to share personal things. So, he's here today, so I'm not going to talk about it. But the matter I want to get today is getting to the heart of love. Getting to the heart of love. Because, and I really need Ginger to sing this, what the world needs now is love, sweet love, right? So I'm going to do a verse, but I'm not singing it, I'm reading it.
No repeats.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love, right? It's the only thing that there's just too little of. Talk along with me. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone, right? That's what we all need, a little love, a little kindness is another word that I use for love. The reading today was so perfect because it is about spreading the love, which is really about spreading kindness, about really being kind. So that was a song that was made popular by Jackie DeShannon, and then redone by Dionne Warwick, in case you didn't know that. I'm going to put this over here for now. So there's these words from Ernest Holmes in Science of Mind. And they seem particularly important this morning, right now, in this moment. So I'm going to read them. If we would look for a God of love, we must look long and deep into each other. We must look away from the differences until we penetrate into the unity of the whole. Love alone reveals love. That's it. I mean, if you're in a place of anger and hate and frustration, you really can't feel love. And if we want to shift, even though there's so much going on in the world, if we want to shift the energy, there must be within us a deep well of love, of kindness, of goodness. I once heard a great answer to a question that was, how do you love? How do you really love when it's so hard to love in this world? And this is from a newscaster, I think it's a politician, Van Jones. Yes, who I think is a really well-spoken person. But he happened to say this at a conference once. He said, when it's hard to love, love harder. So, you know, even though we don't like to use in New Thought the word harder, sometimes it feels that way. It feels hard. So love easier, love harder when it's hard to love. And doing that is such high and holy work. But what could be in today's world and in any of civilization's world, and what could be more important than to deepen into love, right? So what I want to go through this morning is how we could do that in some real and tangible ways, because it always sounds good. And then you get outside and you have to deal with the world. And then it all comes up. So how can we do something that is tangible of expressing love and retraining ourselves, maybe, for myself, even to be kinder to people, to be nicer to people. So before we get into those very real and tangible ways, I want to remind you of the power of love. Because love heals. And I have a story here. Love heals. So a lot of research has been done on babies born addicted to drugs because of the addiction of their mothers. And this is from a Journal of Spiritual Rediscovery by Richard and Mary Alice Jaffola. Not surprisingly, these babies tend to be smaller in size than normal, and they have weaker vital signs and are more lethargic than other babies. And their mortality rate is very high. Many of them simply just don't survive. And initially, these underweight and lethargic babies were given something required for their physical health. They received all the medication, the food, all of that, but it still was not enough. Some of them made it, and some of them just didn't survive. However, they found that if volunteers, and I know you've probably heard this, if volunteers regularly spent time with them and held them and rocked them in their arms and spoke lovingly to these infants, they suddenly seemed to thrive. They improved dramatically. Their weight increased, their vital signs improved, and the mortality rate came down. And that probably doesn't surprise many of us, but knowing the power of love, you could see that these little babies improved so significantly because they were given massive amounts of that love. They were given the affection. And it looks like the love given to them released in them the natural hormones and enzymes, because it does something chemically to us. We chemically, when there's a love exchange, there's a chemical change in our bodies that is for our highest health. And scientists agree that based on this evidence, they concur that these infants developed because they needed to be loved in order to develop normally. But we're going to think about this in a slightly different way. We know that we talk about this all the time here in New Thought. We are whole, complete, and perfect. We say it all the time, yeah? We do. We're expressions of the divine, each and every one of us, a creation of the magnificent Creator. And so within us is that whole, complete, and perfectness. Nothing needs to be added to that to make us more perfect, because you can't be more perfect. And this is a spiritual perfection that I'm talking about. And we know, truly, that love is our natural state of being. So, when we intrinsically connect with the whole, with the truth of our being, which is love itself, something, as I said before, is released within us that helps us be the love, be the kindness, the peace, the well-being, the health, the wholeness. So maybe those babies who were shown all that love did not thrive because they were shown that love as much as they were able to ignite within them their own perfectness, their own wholeness, their own completeness. So the whole healing took place within the baby because the baby was then able to access his own divinity, which is so beautiful and so perfect in every way. There is nothing missing. There is nothing missing. So the babies became healthy and thrived, not so much because they were given that love, but because it was ignited in them. It was that exchange. And that's just a slight way of looking at the same kind of exchange. But we know there is a body intelligent within us. There is an absolute intelligence within us that knows how to do everything that we need to do in life, truly and completely. And so if it is stunted, and if we build walls around our heart, we truly aren't able to give the love that is our natural state of being. Not our normal, but our natural state of being, which is love itself. So what healed their bodies was that love that was released from within them. Rumi once said this: "Your task is not to seek love, but merely seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." How many times have we done that? It's called, as we grow up, and we know this, we've talked about this, we know it within ourselves. Just to survive some trauma that we've gone through in life, we build these walls. And these walls keep us safe. But then there comes a point in our lives where we really want to love. We really want to experience the joy of life. We want to be whole, complete, and perfect, and we cannot be because we've had these walls in place that have protected us. So we give thanks for those walls that we built to protect our heart. But then, I don't know, I'll speak for myself. There comes a time where we want to dismantle them because they no longer serve the purpose. There's no freedom. When we build the walls, we keep ourselves separate from our own divine self. And that's why we dismantle those walls brick by brick. So love is actually a behavior, right? I think love is a verb. I think it's a verb. Love is the way we show up. It's the things we do in life. It's how we present ourselves, the way we speak, and the interchange that we have with others, how we treat other people. That's love. That's the kindness. Every time we love in a tangible, behavioral way, even if it is in the very smallest, minute manner, every time, we are releasing love into the environment. That kindness that we show to people, that we show to ourselves, number one. Self-kindness, how about that? Self-kindness, how kind are we to ourselves? What do we tell ourselves to beat ourselves up? That's not loving, and it doesn't feel good. So I'm asking us to meet every act of hatred or disagreement or anger with an act of love and unity. And it doesn't matter if your act of love and unity relates any way near anything that's discordant. Because to release love from within, we need to work on ourselves, because when it's hard to love, we need to cultivate that whole aspect of love within us and love harder. And self-love is something that a lot of people don't even understand. I didn't understand it 25 years ago, 20 years ago. I didn't understand it. I couldn't even use it. So I would say if you're in that spot, then go to self-like. And just learn to like yourself. How about that? Just like. It's just a step. Because that love thing can be so, there's so much around that word love that we don't understand it. For me, it's respect. It's kindness. It's goodness. That's love. And we can do this in active ways. We can do it in a way where it's a verb. So I have a dozen ideas that I found all over the internet that I printed up. In fact, they're in your bulletin, but you don't have to bring them out unless you want to, because they're long, 3 pages worth, but I had to share them with you so that you would remember maybe even one of them. If we practice one of them, we're helping to heal the world with love. We sing the songs, we talk the talk. Let's do it. Let's walk the walk. Let's just do one thing of kindness, right? One is you can go up to, this could feel uncomfortable, but go up to someone. Give them $10. Someone you never met before, and tell them how amazing they are. Tell them how wonderful they are, right? And then and say, have a nice day. I have that in as your number one. I mean, what also will come up could be issues around money, because a lot of people, most of us, have issues around money. So all those emotions related with money will come up too, and will help heal that at the same time. It's one thing you can do. Another thing to do is when you see a police officer, a fireman, an EMT, a nurse, or a doctor, or someone that's doing a very difficult job, thank them. Thank you. I see one nurse. I don't know how many nurses are in the room? All right. I had a feeling you were a nurse because she was all over the baby thing. Yeah, okay. Then you know what I'm talking about. So make sure you thank these two beautiful lights. You know, and if you volunteer as a firefighter or anything else, or a police officer, thank these people. Thank them. It's an act of kindness. Ask. Go up to someone and ask, what may I do to help? When you see someone struggling, oh my gosh, when you see someone that's trying to lift something that's too heavy, go up and ask if you can help them with their load, to lighten the act of kindness. And if you see someone that's really struggling, even if it's emotionally, and you feel called to just smile at them, that smile is a big action that could change someone's life. It can actually put a hold if they were suicidal. It could do that. That's how important that act of a smile truly is. 4, offer to buy someone that's homeless something from the store they're sitting in front of. Take them in the store and give them something. I know we have people here who carry snacks to give to homeless people. So when they ask for things, they simply give this little bag, a little goodie bag that they carry with them. And that's an act of kindness and an act of love. Do a 30-day forgiveness meditation. Do it every day. Somehow bring that, a person that you might have anger or conflict with, whether you know them or not, I can think of situations, bring them into an atmosphere of forgiveness. And do it from your heart. Do it from your heart. See that person surrounded in the energy of your love. Just as soul to soul. Not even as person, because there's behavior that would seem really hard to take. But soul to soul. Go to a higher place within yourself. Go from your higher self to their higher self. This is needed today. Desperately needed. And hey, how about this one? Admit you're wrong without asking for forgiveness. Because that forgiveness part throws us every time. That makes us feel better. Just admitting, I'm so sorry. I'm wrong. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. Not, can you forgive me? Because then that's bringing it back to a self-relief for you. So it's about that person hearing that you're wrong and you apologize. The whole Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. I mean, that's the only prayer you ever did. It's so powerful. That's so powerful. It's all about that high vibration of love. Again, bringing it back. Something we can actually do. Write a letter of appreciation to someone. I've received a couple of letters of appreciation over the years. And it's just something nice. The person felt that they needed to do, and they sent it to me, and it's a lovely gift. It really is. And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. And when you feel good, you can show up as more love in life. Be lavish with your verbal praise. How about that?
I like that.
Tell your friends how much you love them. Tell them how beautiful they look today, how radiant they are. Give them compliments and do it often. Do it often. Again, raising someone else's vibration, you don't know who's listening, raising their vibration and raising yours. It's a way to not use the word love, but to actually tangibly be the love. This is how you be the love. Don't just wish someone happy birthday on Facebook. It's really great. I mean, I love that Facebook does that. We all know, yeah, Facebook is the enemy of the people. We know this. But, you know, us people that like Facebook, we say, oh, we love you, Facebook. We share the love with Facebook. Start loving Facebook. All right. But anyway, the thing is, text that person. Send them a card if you want. Or call them. Something else besides the easy way. Oh, well, that's taken care of. I don't have to call them. I once did that. Good, my son's not here this week. I once did that to his wife. I sent her a whole beautiful thing on Facebook. I thought, I'm done for the day. This is good. I did it. Right? Oh, I got a phone call. You can't even pick up the phone to call your own daughter-in-law. So what I'm saying is, don't think that Facebook is the easy way out, okay? That phone call is very important, or the text is very important, or a card if you're so inclined.
But then you have people that you wish happy birthday to outside of Facebook, and then they get mad that you didn't write anything on their wall.
You do the best you can do. This is what you do. If you can remember everyone that wrote something on your birthday on Facebook, on your wall, then God bless you. Because I wouldn't even know who did and who didn't, right? Do it all. Just keep showing the love. Tell them, that's when you use, I'm so sorry. You're such a beautiful person. You know, that's when you use the other ones. I don't know, there's always a way out of everything. I've learned that in my life. If you keep trying hard enough, like you love hard enough, there's a way out of everything. And be done in gentleness, in peace, and in that love. Choose who you associate with. Are you hanging out with people that love to gossip, that love to tell you how awful everyone is around you? How awful every single situation is? That drains you. That is not contributing to any healing of any sort. That is, it just isn't. It's like I know with family, sometimes you can't help it. I'm blessed, I have a small family, and I don't see them a lot, so. Except for my sister in the back, who's a wonderful human being, so. You know, but even then, you know, it's choosing how we're going to engage in conversations with people who like to say, oh, ain't it awful about every situation there is. So if you can't do that, we're up to number 11. This is why I printed them all up last night. I'm like, I have to print these for everybody. They're never going to remember them all. Make a list ahead of time of things to talk about with those people that do not involve complaining. So if you're going to be in a situation with someone that complains, then have your list in your head ready to, you know what they're going to say, what they're going to complain about. So find something that you can discuss with them that might be uplifting. Because when people are engaging in that kind of conversation all the time, they know when you've shifted. And you're not engaged in it anymore. You're not joining them in the complaining. They know it. And that's the healing. That's the healing for you. And either they leave your life, many people left my life. They either leave your life or they kind of shift to be in alignment more when they're around you. So it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. And number 12, from one of the many internet sites that are all over the computer, you can, if you want to do this, I personally don't want to do this, so I'm not doing this. But I'm going to tell you about this because it's on your list, and I gave it to you. So number 12 is watch it. I know Michael Beckwith does this. He's a saint. We all know Saint Michael Beckwith. Everything he does, he's a saint, right? Okay, so he watches the news, read the sites, and see all the horrible, disgusting, terrible tragedies that are going on in the world. and then hold that in the light. That is like a real discipline as far as I'm concerned. That is really something absolutely selfless to do. Or as Mother Teresa once said, people are illogical, unreasonable, and self-centered. Love them anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Love them anyway. What's the option? Brings your vibration down, right? So there are 12 ideas that you can use any of them. If we can just plant a seed and implement it, then we're taking the action. And they're about creating an environment where the intrinsic love within people can be called forth. People are waiting for acts of kindness. They're starving. There are people who are starving not for food, but for kindness. Dalai Lama said his religion is kindness. I love that. That's what our religion is, kindness, which equals love. So if you can just be kind and a little loving, you can bring forth in that person a tremendous healing. So let's take the opportunity over the next 36 days. Why 36 days? Because it's 12 times 3. So we can practice all of these things, if you feel so called, once a day, 3 times, 3 times. Well, the worst that can happen is you're going to feel really good. And the second worst thing that can happen, and they're not worse, is that you're going to make someone else feel really good. And we're all in this together, are we not? We're all in this human experience together. So let's try to get along. Let's try to show a little respect and a little kindness and a little love. Let's create a big deal around it within ourselves. Because here's the heart of the matter. We are here to love. We are here to truly be kindness itself. When it's hard, when it's not hard, it's easy to do. But when challenges come up, that's when it's most needed. That's when we really need to deepen into our heart, which is filled with love, to deepen into our heart and to remind each other, even when we forget, because we will forget. So I bless you all. I am so grateful to be here with each and every one of you. I am so grateful for the love that's in this room right here, right now. And I know that we're going to spread this love. And that's what it is. Thank you.